Hey, how you doing? I am Gio. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, hopefully welcome back. And welcome to something a bit different for this channel. So usually, since I rebranded this channel, it's been techno reactions, like reactions to techno music. But we're branching out. We're growing. We are doing something different, like anything techno. So today, I am reacting to a movie. Documentary. Today we're reacting to the Tony De Vit documentary, Don't Ever Stop. Yeah, so I can't wait. I've literally been waiting sort of to do this. I haven't watched it yet. I know it's been out for a while. I haven't watched it. I've been dying to watch it, but I was always planning to sort of upload it on a channel. I've got a few. Like I'll list them in the descriptions. So, yeah. Tony De Vit, absolutely legendary. I was listening to dance music then, and I didn't realise how big Tony De Vit. I knew him, right? He's like superstar DJ sort of thing, but I never actually realised how big he was until he was gone. Right? It wasn't really my wheelhouse. Although I did play some hard house and stuff like that, I wasn't really a aficionado of hard house. Totally. You know, yeah, we used to play like a mix, like trance, like bouncy house, some hard house stuff, depending. But yeah, I never realised how huge and how influential Tony De Vit was until he was gone, until like well after he was gone, actually, because in 2004-ish, I just totally stopped listening to dance music completely for my own reasons, and it wasn't until like maybe 4 years ago, something like that, I got kind of back into it. So for a large part of the last like 20 years, I was just completely because I loved it so much, and then when you leave, you can't be involved, right? Because it's too like painful. It's too brings back too many memories. So I would even turn off in the car, just switch channels, just completely out. So, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. We're back. I'm doing techno reactions, and S is me talking too long. S is Tony De Vit. S is gotta be great. I think it was 2024 or 25. Either way. So guys, if you like this type of content, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. Any other kind of like dance music or techno media, I've got some plans. Let me know, and we'll get on it. But for now, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And here we fucking go. Cassette tapes. I've still got some lying about somewhere. Need to get him. 1997.
I actually think he is very talented. Whether promoters like it or not at the moment, whether they book him or not, it's up to them. But in a few years' time, they're going to be paying a lot of money for this lad.
Fergie.
Robert still feels the same way about Tony as he did then. Just loves him still.
The 90s was an amazing decade.
One long party. It was boom time.
We were just mad about the music, mad about Tony.
Tony did champion him. You know, he saw something in him that was different. I mean, this is a 16-year-old boy.
Fergie was young, Fergie was young, and Fergie got big. Fergie was up there with Pete Tong and Fatboy Slim, Carl Cox at the time. Fergie was fucking huge.
I'm not gonna see who you become. And I gave him a hug, and that was it.
And it seemed like, I don't know if you would agree, but it seemed like Fergie messed up. It seemed like Fergie dropped the bag. Yeah, I'd imagine he probably agrees in himself. By the way, this might be a pain in the arse to edit. for copyright for music, this might be a complete fucking nightmare.
Right, you've just caught me doing my Kiss show. This is where it all happens. Decks, Pioneer mixer, Pioneer CD players, they're perfect for doing Kiss jingles. So where I do all my mix CDs, all the mix CDs you see.
The quality, the video quality.
Are we fans of Tony De Vit?
We are top boys. He is the man. He's the god. We worship him.
Anybody could play records, but it doesn't make them a DJ. And Tony was one of those unique guys that just had the vision.
He created a sound. He created a kind of mood, a sound, almost a movement.
Yeah. And that was 100% football.
It was just seamless and bangers, and it was just the energy whenever he played was always just a little bit more than anyone else. The only other person that has it is Carl Cox.
I could walk through the door of a club, hear the tunes that were being played, check out the vibe and know it was that DJ playing without actually looking up towards the decks. Carl Cox is definitely one of them and Tony De Vit is another, and that to me makes him a #1 DJ.
Yeah, 100%. See, what I think, like, people talk about DJs in mixing. Mixing has got fuck all to do with it. Absolutely nothing. DJing is about choosing the right song at the right time. That is it. Period. Done. Fuck all to do with tricks, juggling, scratching, anything you want to add to that, okay. But the fundamentals is the right tune at the right time. Create a vibe, create a song, create a environment.
What is in there? Oh, that's us when we were children.
Oh. Wow.
I remember my dad saying when he was a child they had an old record player and he used to sit and watch it going round when he was very, very small. That was obviously before me. So yeah, always interested in music.
She looks the same.
Yeah.
She's not changed.
He used to do remixes of songs that were in the charts. Do you remember Don't You Want Me Baby? And he did a remix of it on a tape.
Growing up in Larne was incredible. You could go out my mum's back door and it would be very tranquil beside the seaside. But if you go out the front door, you're selling acid down the local arcade.
But come on!
Sounds good. Fucking hell.
Robert, he was mischievous, yes. People were quite often at the door saying, "You're Robert done this."
And I believe them. I believe them.
Childhood, a lot of people were not really allowed to hang around with me because I was taking mushrooms, I was selling acid, I was smoking pot, and I was still 11 years old.
Luckily for him, he met Tony De Vit, right? Like, lucky he met Tony De Vit, our life could have been very different.
They said I was too disruptive and that if I was in the classroom, no one could concentrate.
I put together a plan for his learning that was all based around music.
The first big rave I went to was Belfast to see Carl Cox. My brother actually took me there.
Down to the Carl Cox alongside the Jacob.
I had to walk straight back out again, so I was like, what the fuck? I guess looking back, it probably would have been like how you would feel if you died and you actually went to heaven.
Money jumping, come on!
That event just changed my whole life, you know.
With the sounds of the Carl Cox mashing down the place.
He got me my first gig in a place called the Airport 2000 in Antrim. Now that place was probably the most ferocious place I've ever DJ'd in. I played there, they were throwing bottles and chairs at us because the electric went out. Like, the police wouldn't even go to this place. It was brutal. And here I am, 14-year-old DJing in there every week.
I was probably about 16, and so he would have been 18. He was doing a mobile disco with his friend Phil. He was just about to leave, and he said to me, Jane, I'm gay. I went. I thought, oh. So when I went, I looked at him, I went, doesn't matter, does it? And he said, I think that.
Yeah, different days though, eh? Different days, mate. It took guts.
Yeah. It wasn't really a thing that, you know, you could be open about.
Yeah, hard times.
Myself and my two brothers and my partner Lee ran club nights and managed DJs. We were the first people actually managed Tony officially and professionally. Prior to that, he looked after his own book, which is a very difficult thing if you're an artist as well as trying to organise yourself. To put him on an event in July '93. And Chuff Chuff at this stage was really happening. It attracted people from all over the country. Prior to Tony playing, there was Mark Moore, John the Pleased, and Sasha. And Sasha was the Don at the time. Tony went on and absolutely tore the place asunder. It was still to this day my favourite ever house set that I've ever heard.
Yeah, the flawless mixing, you know, it's a real art form, mixing. The respect for Tony was far and wide.
Anyone can learn to mix. Anyone can, it's just practice, but it's the other stuff that's intangible that, yeah, makes you special.
I'd been buying Tony's records at the time. He came over, I took a night off and I went down to see him. That's when I met him. I would be in the DJ booth and every record he would put on, not only did I write it down, but I would be asking him about it. And God love him, he never told me to fuck off.
Most people would. Most people fucking would.
For his number. And looking back at it, he'd probably give me his number in the hope that if I give this guy my number, maybe he'll stop fucking talking to me. I remember sitting in his hotel room. I didn't know he was gay, you know? No idea, I didn't even know anything about being gay, or I didn't know, you just didn't know about it in RV town.
Must have known something about it, like the basics.
And I walk in and they're like, oh, here he comes, Fergie the faggot magnet. And I'm like, what are they talking about, you know what I mean?
So I made a big mistake and gave this kid my phone number. Well, that was a big mistake. 4 times, 5 times a day. God knows what his parents' phone bill was like. I was even abroad and he was ringing my mobile abroad.
When I saw my phone bill, I thought, what?
He's like, well, I don't think you can come over. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, you know, you're so young and I'm older and, you know, I don't think it'll look right and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought it just sounded weird, you know. And he was like, I'm a puss, and put the phone down. That was it.
But I kept wee things in this here. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you even knew I had letters from Tony, did you?
Holy shit.
I know, I was absolutely... Thanks for letting Andy and myself stop with you and your family. It was good to spend some time with you and talk. You know, people that kind of looked at us when we let you go there, they weren't aware of all this stuff going on. Do you know what I mean? Made any difference? Would I have felt any better if he was going to a heterosexual person? I'd have still had the same worries. He said, but trust me with Robert, you know, while he's here, I'll make him phone you every other day. He went for a week and never come back.
Phone every other day, never come back. He looks young as well,
though. He was gay, he just loved Tony. Do you know what I mean? And I can see why. Andy being with Tony didn't strike me as being that different, because I never even looked at Andy ever as being the same age as me. He was a year older than me.
You know, I lived on my own from an early age. From 15 I lived on my own, you know, due to my own doing. I was a bit of a wrong child.
It's no wrong child, it's only like wrong parents and wrong influence.
Picked us up, we went back to Tony's and I went there and then never left. You know, we just clicked.
I mean, it does look weird, right? It looks odd. From St. Fergie, you're so young and people will talk. But
It's like, you know, almost like kindred spirits where you meet someone, it's like, wow. I mean, I've had friends who've said to me, "Whoa, that's weird." And I've gone, but at the time it wasn't. It wasn't wrong, you know. It was just people sort of getting the best out of each other. That's what it was about, you know. As long as it's for the right reasons, and I believe it was for the right reasons.
He was just like a big brother to me, you know what I mean? It was like, and I will say, if Andy hadn't have been with Tony, I wouldn't have been around.
And just pulling up to this house, just a single front door and a garage door, and behind that garage door was Tony's record collection.
Hinstock Road, it was quite an interesting place because it was always a bit of an open house in terms of there was 3 bedrooms there, and if one was empty, someone else was moving into it.
We were just mad about the music, mad about the gigs, and mad about Tony, you know. I did have people saying to me when I came here, "You must be relieved and you must be really scared living in Ireland where you live." And I was like, it's actually scarier here.
yeah, Birmingham.
I was only ever meant to stay for 1 week. I lived here, 4 years.
First week of me going to England was an interesting one to say the least, because I got arrested. It was me, Andy and Tony. We're all getting out of the car park right outside the club. Tony and Andy said to me, you know, if you brought the speed, the passenger seat of the car, open the glove box to get the speed out and fucking sprinkle a wee bit in there. Guy opens the door, wallet, police badge.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Was that Class B at the time? Speed? Was that Class B?
Then they eventually told Tony. Tony then came into the police station all pissed off, shouting at me, so angry that I brought this speed. And then we get into the car and he goes, "Thanks so much." I was like,
"You little prick, what are you doing? Drugs? Drugs? We don't do drugs."
It's the best nightclub I've ever been to, and there has never been anything like it before or since. It was not a simple admission process. It was like the hardest club to get into. I was editing a gay magazine at the time. I could get into any club in London without queuing or paying, apart from trade.
and it was like, boom.
Okay. It's a big show. It's the big show.
Very different here. Yeah, I mean, everybody just thought I was with Tony and Andy. You can't blame them. And them Queens were ferocious down there. If they didn't like what you were playing, they would kick the fuck out of that DJ booth door. They never kicked it for me, so I was always quite proud of that fact. And I don't think they ever kicked it for Tony either.
Like, the energy is so different these days, right? It really is. It's like, for some reason, we've lost something.
Put us on the guest list at Hereford, Naughty But Nice, and we got there and they were queuing round the block. So we went in. I suppose I got it then. It was more about the DJ then, wasn't it?
It was a very, very happy time for a lot of people.
Do you think that's why, like, the government, ever since, has been trying to crack down on nightclubs in dance music and dance culture? Do you think it's deliberate? Because there was too much unity, too much love, too much people power, and the government needs division, it needs strife, it needs aggro, so you can't have this anymore.
1,500 quid, two grand a gig. One club had paid it to guarantee so many gigs. They gave him 10 grand on top of the DJ fee.
2 grand a gig, and you're doing 5 or 6 a weekend.
There was a lot of arrogant, big ego people about, and Tony was not that. Tony turned up, said hello to everyone, was really lovely, and then just played the best set you'd ever heard.
You know, you were told to go up into Tony's room and prepare a mixtape. Then the mixtape would be listened to by all the critics.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
When I first started making it, they were thrown out the window very quickly. Just literally opened the window, threw it out.
He became his mentor. He liked Robert. You know, he was a cheeky wee thing, but, you know, he liked him.
Listening to Tony doing interviews in the car on the way to gigs, you know, so I learnt stuff from being around him.
The bottom freezer drawer in Hinstock Road used to have bundles of £1,000 all in the bottom freezer, because obviously that's the safest place to keep money, in the freezer.
You know, the first thing I bought was, you know, a pack of Carling, and I came back, put it in the fridge, and Tony just got it and put it in the bin. He says, you're not 18, like. And he was so against it. Andy was a big part of changing Tony's image. Tony just would wear whatever was lying about. He was literally just a music person, you know.
It was almost, we sort of injected youth into him.
Injected. Interesting word.
Into him. He went from being a sort of bit of a fuddy-duddy old man to actually quite a young, cool guy, and it was a new lease of life. You know, his Rockport jumpers and all this sort of stuff, and Armani jeans, which before he was wearing corduroys and shirts and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I used to wear all the cast-me-offs. It was brilliant.
It was what I guess he needed and wanted at the time because of his DJ career exploding.
Sunday Central, welcome fucking home, you lot.
Matters his attitude, his personality, his drug-taking abilities.
Abilities.
I don't even think he would let Matters in the Rolling Stones, because he would make them guys look like a couple of lightweights.
I make no bones about dance music in whichever genre, but it's drum music.
Beware, your Sundays may never be the same. Here's Sunday Central in Birmingham.
Tony was one of the founding fathers of Sunday Central, there's no doubt about it, but, you know, we never made him. He made us. He was huge, priceless.
All the trials and tribulations of being a DJ, oh my word, is it worth it?
Don't seem to be getting much work going at Birmingham at all.
You said you find it difficult getting work?
Oh yeah.
Not for long, right? So, not for long.
It's different. I mean, this is a 16-year-old boy. Tony said technically he'd not heard anyone like it. Could we look at getting him here and giving him a break? For the last 2 hours, from Northern Ireland, DJ Baggy! Well, I mean, a low point for me was in 2000, the deaths of 4 people on every news channel, local and national.
Oh.
To see Sunday Central members being dragged off the dance floor in body bags.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Brings it back to reality, right?
That we were the first UK dance music brand to actually put in drug awareness team, medics. And I'll tell you now, they earned their money, all of them. But how could I lecture when I'm slinking off with my crack pipe in one pocket and a roll of foil in the other?
I was with Matters when he actually got thrown out of his own nightclub for some illegal activity.
Oh. How did you get thrown out of a nightclub? I know they don't own the venue, but
I get pills thrown at me, little bags of speed, you name
Wow.
it, cocaine.
Wow. Oh shit.
Ketamine, all sorts. But then cocaine stopped working.
Crack.
And then went up a gear, started to use crack cocaine.
Yeah, it's
Along eventually came heroin.
That's different, right? It's a different league. It's not casual anymore.
To correlate how I could be at a big Sunday Central event, hedonism, just waiting to grab money out the till, stealing, literally sprinting out the event, getting in the car and sending myself off to some of the most evil, dark crack houses in the Birmingham area. 3 times in prison, bankrupt twice, to become a pariah, staying. I ended up living at the animal level.
There was a bit of a backlash building because Tony was getting me gigs, you know, Miss Money Pennies and Bakers and stuff like that. And all the local DJs were really building up a hatred for me and Tony.
Remember sort of when the results came through that it was devastating. It was really bad.
Yeah, then
I remember going for a HIV test myself and I was negative.
He wanted to tell me because he was going to tell my mum and he wanted me to be there for her.
Yeah, because that was a death sentence, like a quick death sentence back then.
To be HIV positive, you were the scum of the earth. The rest of society didn't want to see you.
Yeah, diseased,
That time,
plague.
kind of in the mid-90s, the gay community was going through major trauma.
Gay organisations say this year hundreds of homosexuals have been attacked in what they call queer bashing.
Yeah, I might be dead of this disease. I might be just kicked to death by my neighbours or rejected by my family. So I am going to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, what else you got to do?
I'd rather die on this trade dance floor having the time of my life than any other way.
Yeah, down your feet, mate. Down your fucking feet.
Yeah, he just kept on gigging and gigging and gigging. And some of the tablets, the medications when he was on, he felt like his legs and his feet were on fire. So I'd be sitting in the back of the car massaging his legs and rubbing his feet on the way to gigs. Like he wouldn't stop gigging.
The Dawn, what a tune, what a fucking tune.
Of his life, he came here to this very building to record his final ever track, The Dawn. This very room was where The Dawn was.
Was that his final track? Was that his final track? Wow.
He said, I must tell you, I'm HIV positive and I don't know how long I've got left to live. Really quite choked up, and he said, don't worry, he said, I've been through all the, sat in my bedroom for a month and curtains drawn, but he said, I'm being quite positive, and I want this track to be called The Dawn because it's the new track I'm doing with you, and he says, I'm really positive about the future and I want this to be a new forward-facing me.
What a track though. What a fucking way to go out.
Tony said, your instinct is you want the whole world to hear it, and he wanted the world to hear The Dawn.
Hoovers.
So I remember I think it was one of the last gigs he did. He asked for a stool to sit on. And I remember people moaning and saying, I can't believe he sat down. Why is he sat down DJing?
He collapsed in Miss Moneypenny's in Plymouth. That was the last gig. When he collapsed, he put his hand up to get out of the mix that he had been doing. He just wouldn't give up. That was his everything.
In my 20s, I didn't think I was going to get past 30. Never thought I'd get to 50. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah, the combination, lifesaver, like literally.
I think we all really did think he'd come out of hospital. We didn't think that was it. We really didn't.
He was very, very thin. Like, yellow. I remember he asked me to sit him up in the bed, and I'm trying to fix his fucking bed, and I sit him up, and then the whole fucking back of the bed collapses and he falls and stuff. I'm like, oh fuck, man. That was the last time I seen him. You know, I remember when I was going to leave the hospital, he said to me, he said, like, I'm not going to see who you become. And I gave him a hug, and that was it.
Shame. Rest in peace, Tony fucking De Vit. By 2000, Fergie was arguably up there with Oakenfold and Carl Cox and Fatboy Slim, and a massive name.
It was like, and I'm not being glib, it was like Princess Diana had died for us. And there was this, it's one of the weirdest parties I've ever been to in my life. The Café de Paris, because everyone was hysterical. I remember walking around the club and everyone was high as kites and crying. To be crying and grieving while off your face on MDMA is literally one of the strangest things you could go through.
To be at Tony's funeral and just seeing the outpouring of love and emotion, and you know, no one could get anywhere near that church.
But you know what they say? God wanted a good DJ and they took the best.
Yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did. God was playing a party and he wanted a DJ.
We both stayed living there after Tony had passed. We've always had this strong relationship. I think I'd still consider him a brother now. You know, I've got a duty to look after this guy because, you know, one, I love him, and two, you know, it's what Tony set out to do, and now let's finish it.
Off the back of Tony dying, you know, things just went crazy for me because everybody knew how much Tony believed in me. So, and there was this kind of thing that happened, oh, well, why don't we get Fergie to do Tony's dates? And it just went through the roof. It was just mental. It was a very weird situation for me because one hand I'm like, oh, this is like amazing, but incredibly sad. Would I ever have been as big if Tony hadn't have died? Probably not.
Yeah, it's like some self-awareness, right? But Fergie arguably, like, got bigger than Tony for a period of time. For a period of time, Fergie was top notch.
DJ Fergie's originally from Northern Ireland and has become one of the most sought after DJs in the world.
I had the houses, you know, I had everything. My manager at the time, you know, he was like, you are a rock star in a DJ's body.
And then
I think drink helped, to be honest. You know, can't dispute that. That's what everybody tries to do at times to drown their grief.
So, grief helped. Alcohol doesn't help. Alcohol just delays. Alcohol just puts things in the back burner. It's still there.
Bandit as well, and then Radio 1 were like, I think you maybe need to get back on the drink. Your shows are sounding really dry, and the hard part was kind of fulfilling being that character that everybody wanted. It was a big reason why people booked me. My last Radio 1 show, September 26, 2006, my friend who was also my driver, Craig, he was meant to meet me. And he fucking killed himself. You know, he had actually been sat listening to the show, wrote a note, took 150 sleeping pills. Yeah, that was the first. And from that first one, that rest of that year, There's 4 people that year killed themselves. And to date, there's 12 people since then.
Jesus.
Ew.
The boys are back.
How are you, man? You good?
We're good. When I met you and we were knocking about the custard fight, we were like 2 little...
The custard fuck is a cool name for you. That's a cool name.
The old red boys.
Right, you've just caught me doing my Kiss show. This is where it all happens. Decks, Pioneer mixer, Pioneer CD players. They're perfect for doing Kiss jingles. And this is the main man, the main room. This is where it all happens. There's the heart of the system, Apple Mac computer running Cubase VST. And here, a nice old TR-909 drum machine everybody's after.
The keyboard's up the wall, keyboard's there.
No, it's offices. No, it's just soulless offices. We're a canteen.
Did you know they're putting a blue plaque up, Tony?
No way.
Yeah, the blue plaque going up.
No way.
Yeah. Up there with famous poets. And
If I want to sort of hear him, I can go on YouTube and hear him.
And this is, it also doubles up as the bike shed, as you can see. Bit of a fitness freak. The only exercise I ever get is mountain biking.
I wasn't a gay man or on the gay scene or any of this. I was me. So, you know, pretty much it was just really back to women again, I guess. You know, and just that's me.
So he's not gay?
So they'll put 2 and 2 together. And it does fascinate people, that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's strange.
The fact that it's the first ever electronic music producer, DJ that has been recognised in this way. Happy days.
3, 2, 1.
Superstar DJ, going for the hard house.
He would appreciate the reasons why I came over 11 years ago, and that was something was going to kick off here. You know, the electronic music culture has taken hold of America the way it did in the UK all them years ago. You know, there's people that go into these clubs and spend $1 million. That pressure's on the DJ if they don't spend that. You know, what were you playing at this time? Why did this amount of people leave?
You can see if it wants, but I think going to America was a mistake. I think it was. Because it's a different thing. Resident in Las Vegas is a different fucking thing to the freedom of being Fergie.
I carry a piece of Tony with me everywhere. That mixer Tony gave it to me in 1996 as a Christmas present when I went to stay with him at Birmingham. When Tony passed away, I was 17 years old. Tony was 40 years old, and I am now 43 years old. When Tony passed away, I thought he was old as fuck. Here I am now, older than what he was, so I miss Tony, and I have done since the last time I seen him. You know, I don't think he's changed anybody's life more than mine. Tony is always in my thoughts. Mostly, I will selfishly say when I'm really nervous, I will be like, fucking hell, Tony, what the fuck am I gonna do? Yeah, think about how important it was to Tony and what he saw in me, and I think to myself, well, Tony saw something, so.
Imagine doing that since you're like 13, 14 years old, and you still got the nerves. You still got the anxiety. Right, guys, that was Don't Ever Stop, but the late, so great Tony De Vit. To be honest, I thought there would be more Tony De Vit footage, but again, it was like, it's not these days, right? It's the 90s, late 90s, and it was limited, right? The media landscape was very, very different. So it was a story of Tony, it was a story of Fergie, right? It was a story of, as much as Tony's story, it was Fergie's story, because these things are very, very, very interconnected. Like Fergie said, very self-aware. If Tony hadn't died, would I be big? Is big? Probably not. Like, he was good, Fergie. But a lot of good people never get opportunity, right? Like, opportunity knocks and you need to be ready to answer. And he did massively. Like I said, like year 2000, Fergie was up there, worldwide, up there. And you can say if you like about going to America, and because he saw it was about to explode and he wanted to be in front of that, but like, it was a mistake, right? It was. Like, he went to America and he wasn't Fergie. He wasn't him anymore. He was playing fucking, like, requests Las Vegas nightclubs. Massively different to what he could have been. Right? And then, I think, I read somewhere, he tried to change style as well. He wanted to get a hard house and he wanted to play more techno in yeah, the techno guys wouldn't really accept him because of his past, like the techno purists, and then the hard house guys sort of felt like the boy wonder, the heir to Tony De Vit, was abandoning them, right? They felt like it was a turncoat. I remember him saying once that he wanted to play for Slam, and Slam said in Glasgow, if you want to play up here, you can't, like, you need to be like a year out from playing hard house. You can't play hard house for a year. And he did. And it never worked out the way he wanted. But mate, the guy was young. The guy was so fucking young and he wanted to do his own thing. And I guess you get to a certain level and you doubt it'll be Tony De Vit's boy anymore, and you make choices and shit happens. But I see he's back on like social media and doing well, and yeah, seems like a great guy. Yeah, and like I said before, I never realised how big Tony De Vit was until like years later. Like a DJ who died, okay, hard house DJ, English, big, but I never realised how influential, and I never realised that the Dawn was his last thing. What a fucking tune to go out on, mate. What a I guess at the time my head was so far up my own ass that you're just stuck inside in a little box, right? Yeah, in like, you know, they talk about the 90s and energy and it's never been the same since, and they're absolutely right, and you know what it is? It's recording, right? See the saying, dance like no one's watching. It's like a thing for enjoying yourself. Dance like no one's watching. But the problem is, these days, everyone's watching, like all the time. Like, nobody can be themselves, especially younger people, because you're conscious, that, even subconscious, that you're always being recorded by somebody, or you may be always being recorded by somebody. Right, so you can't dance like no one's watching because someone's always fucking watching. Right, whether it's on the street, in a nightclub, on the beach, wherever the fuck you are, whether it's CCTV, holiday makers, vloggers, just somebody else, they're always like a massive chance of being recorded. And subconsciously we know that, and subconsciously we're reserved, and it's taken a bit away. Right, it's took a bit away from the enjoyment of what was hedonism, taking pills, get off your face, and just letting loose. No, nobody does. But always a great documentary, right? Told the story, the music was great, the footage, like I said, I would have liked it to be more. It was set over a very, very short period of time, right? Like it was a tiny bit about Tony's childhood, in just about even rising as a DJ. It wasn't much about that. It was about his time at the peak, in his influence on Fergie, in his relationship with Andy. But yeah, good stuff. I love it. If you like this type of content, guys, like techno, dance music documentaries, or other kind of reactions, let me know and we can do some more. In the meantime, thank you for watching, guys. All the details are in the description. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.